Hi, it's Maria the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance for the 12th through to the 18th of September. So without thinking about it, using your intuition, I want you to tune into cards 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to reveal those messages, themes, and energies that will support you over the next 7 days. Now, there's an extra message. There's the bonus message, which is about up level and growth this week. So that will be revealed at the end. So do make sure that you stick around to hear that. Now, what I would also say is actually listen to all messages, because you're probably going to find that all cards relate. So if you've tuned specifically into card 1, it's the balance card. And so what we've got here is this beautiful office. We've got this amazing sun field energy that's just coming through here, and you can see that the office is feeling really tidy. Somebody's spent quite a bit of time getting everything into order. We've got these contracts, these pieces of paper, we've got the scales that are set here. Everything is ordered within the bookcase also, and we've kind of got a real sense of equilibrium within this card. So what I want you to kind of connect with this week is where you are feeling really a sense of imbalance, where things feel out of kilter. And this could be in any area of your life. It could be finances, it could be relationships, it could be your connection to yourself, your time in work, your time for yourself. It could be habits, it could be your physical body. It's just, where are you feeling out of balance? Because that is giving you a lot of information. And I just want you to tune in to just one aspect. And, you might have numerous things that you think, yeah, this is out of balance, that's out of balance, I could make improvements here. But just focus on the one thing, because as humans, we tend to only, we tend to be able to achieve more when we focus on less and we put our time and energy into a specific area. So don't overwhelm yourself. Just think about the one that's going to have the most impact. And it could be the smallest thing actually that actually will have the biggest impact, because you'll be able to focus on it. And if it's kind of, say, for instance, if it's finances and your finances just feel out of balance, they're bringing you that sense of agitation or worry or fear or anxiety, then what can you do? What is out of balance with your finances? And it could be that you've got some past investments that you're still paying off, and there might be some quite big interest on that. So can you shift that to a 0%? Can you look at your finances? Can you reach out and maybe get support with being able to pay less? That will bring a sense of balance. What this also does with any aspect of your experience, wherever the out of balance is, the more that you're avoiding it, the more you're giving your power away. So this is about reclaiming your power. It's power back. It's about empowering yourself to tackle this, to start to look at it in a deeper way, to start maybe getting support with it. So then you're reclaiming your power back. And that feels good on a soul level. That feels good. And it might not be, as I say, that you're doing anything particularly large, but just the fact that you've done it, it allows you to feel like you're in charge again. And that's where we need to look at the imbalances. Where do you feel that you've lost control? Where do you need to claim your power back? So that's card 1. So looking to rebalance your energetics, your mindset, the physical body, your time, your state of being, your emotional body. Where can you bring this sense of balance back into your experience? And just do the smallest thing, but the smallest thing could have a massive impact, positive impact. So don't underestimate these small, tiny actions that we can do to create balance. Now, if that's something that you want to go deeper with, or you'd like to understand what your next 3 months looks like with the tarot, with your Akashic Records, with the pendulum activations that I do, then please do reach out. We can just do general, we can look at money and understand your connection to money. We can look at business as well. So reach out if that's something that you would like to explore, and I can absolutely support you with that. It's a 60-minute session and it includes Akashic Record healing. Now, if you pick card 2, and as I say, do listen for card 2 or listen to all 3 messages. Intricacies in industry. So this is really getting into the nuts and bolts of a particular, again, this could be within work, it could be a relationship, it could be a habit. But what you're doing is you're establishing firm foundations. You're getting the stability in this thing, whatever your time and energy is going on to. So you can see that we've got this guy, the architect or the builder, that's really taking his time in terms of making sure that that plumb line is straight. So he's given it his absolute time and attention and focus. And that is what's required here. You are required to go into the detail, into the intricacies of what it is that you are establishing and building. As I say, it could be a habit, a new way of being. It's also the industry bit, which means it's going to require a little bit of hard work, determination and focus. But essentially, this is about not rushing. It's about taking your time and making sure that every aspect of the process, whatever that might be, and it could be signing a contract, it could be going for a job interview, making sure that you are fully genned up, that every conceivable part of the process has been looked at and not rushed. Because if we rush through it to try and get to the end and try and deliver it, or just get through it because we just want to see the results, then what we can do is self-sabotage part of the process because we miss a bit out. Now, if detail is not your thing, then I would suggest getting some kind of support to help you with that. This is for me as well. I can definitely self-sabotage my own process by wanting to just deliver within a certain deadline. And I might brush over certain parts of that because I just, it's just what I do. It's my ego and it's my desire to try and get to the end. It's just the way that I've been created, but I'm aware of it. So I need to slow myself down and make sure that I'm giving every part the time and energy that it deserves, because I know then that what I'm building is fully stable and it's not going to fall over. So that's what's being called for here. If you pick card 2, intricacies in industry, take your time and make sure that all of the I's are dotted, all of the T's are crossed, and every part had the focus, making sure that all of the building blocks are there. So then you're building this new way of being, this new habit, this new relationship, this new legacy, whatever it might be. You're taking your time and you're doing it properly. Again, if you want to go deeper with your own empowerment tarot session, then please do reach out. I would love to support you. I do that in your Akashic Records. We look at the blocks and restrictions within that as well, and we clear those from your Akashic Records with the challenge card. And there's other bits and pieces that we also look at. Now, if you want to focus on money or business, then that's also something that we can do. But it's generally a 3-month forecast, and it includes powerful energy healing within it. So reach out if that's something that you feel that you need to finish 2022 off in the most aligned way possible. Okay, so if you pick card 3, and it might be that you're still here listening to all 3 cards, and this again is just going to make a lot of sense. It's the Queen of Roses. Roses are all about relationships, connections, affairs of the heart, friendships, family connections. And the Queen, when you think about a queen, she's very much in her power. She knows exactly what she wants, what she desires, and she goes and gets that. And she does that unapologetically. And the Queen of Roses is also about somebody that can really connect to a person's feelings, connect to her own feelings. She's not as shy in letting people know how she, what her emotional state is. She's very aware of emotions as well. And she's filled with compassion. She's filled with this ability to forgive and hold space for others, but also for herself. And so this is about you being able to hold space for yourself. It's about being able to connect with self-love, forgiveness, and compassion, and holding yourself in a way that feels good. This is also about your heart's desires and your passions, and are you fulfilling those? So the Queen of Roses this week is about you holding yourself in high regard, self-care, self-nurturing, being gentle with yourself where it is needed, depending on what it is that you're going through at the moment, coming from that place of self-love, making sure that you are filling your cup up, but also are you are really aware of your patterns in terms of the way that you speak to yourself and the way that you regard yourself? Or do you slip into self-criticism at times, certainly when you're triggered? Do you put blame on yourself? The sooner that we can start to forgive ourselves and to really appreciate who we are in all aspects of who we are, in all facets and archetypes, then the more that we can come from a place of love. But what you'll see is your external experience changes, your relationships change, your challenges become, wouldn't necessarily say become less, but you come from a place where you can move through them more quickly, and you can get the gold, you can get the silver lining, and you can continue to move forward. But you need to make sure that you're coming from a place of self-love. Self is where it starts, and then it moves to the external. So if you're over giving to others and not giving to yourself, then that's going to really show up in your experience. And that will look like where you feel depleted, where, you know, you might start to, you know, you're very much in a kind of place of suffering and lack and scarcity, feeling tired, feeling resentful, people pleasing. There could be all sorts of things that are going on there, and that just invites more of that into your experience. You just don't feel like you get a break, and slowly we can start to sync with that. So you've got to come back to you and reclaim your power from all the things that you're handing your power over to, and start to take it back. So Queen of Roses, beautiful card, very powerful, all about self-love. So if you want to go deeper, please do reach out to me in Empowerment Tarot, Business or Money Tarot, 8 cards, 60 minutes. It includes Akashic Records healing, which is the thing that really helps shift you forward. Also, you're held in a very divine space with me and your guides, and whichever guide I'm guided to bring in, there's usually perhaps an angel or a goddess energy or an elemental or a star being that shows up on these sessions. Sometimes your ancestors as well will come up. So that's all part of the session where this extra healing is activated in the background. So you're waiting for the bonus card, and it's about growth and up level. It's the same bonus as last week. It's a repeater in the same position. I'm not sure if that's ever happened in all of the time that I've been doing this. So very exciting. Now, last week, we were talking about heart healing. We were talking about grief, and we were talking about loss. So that kind of happened in a big way in the UK. So this week got quite a different message. So the Akashic field, when we're connecting it with growth and up level, what is going to allow us to grow? What are we going through in terms of an up level? What can we kind of focus our time and attention on to allow that growth and that up level? What you can see in this field is that there are these little bumps, these kind of like hills. And for me, this is kind of like us working through our challenges, our struggles, you know, and we kind of, and those little cycles of kind of highs and lows, which is normal human experience. That's what we're always going to have. But what I was really focused on here was the purple. And so the spiritual connection and the crown chakra. So what I want you to do with any kind of particular struggles or challenges that you come across this week, or this self-awareness or triggers, what you perceive to be kind of low emotions, which is kind of depicted with this kind of up and down with the hills. I want you to bring a divine perspective and spiritual perspective to that. So I want you to take a higher viewpoint. So not really kind of get into the 3D, which is fine. And we can do that for a little bit, where we can, obviously want to really feel the emotions, or we want to be really angry or irritated by it. But I want you to then kind of almost move up your chakras up to the crown and get that spiritual connection, or that higher self perspective, and then look at the challenge or the struggle. And that is your growth in your up level. It's kind of doing something slightly different, which allows you to get this fresh and new perspective. But it's almost like you've got to shift your way up to your crown. So obviously, normally we talk about being in the mind too much and dropping into the heart. And that's perfect because obviously we're coming from a heart space. I want you to take a different approach this week, and I want you to go into the spiritual realms. I want you to go into your higher self, connect with your higher self and get their perspective, which is similar to dropping into the heart, but I'm just taking you the other way. And you know, purple, the violet is all about that spiritual connection. It's all about that third eye. So it's all kind of this point here. It's obviously your soul star chakra here as well, with that kind of opening of the connection there. I want you to take this different viewpoint. So when you're feeling triggered, when you're kind of in a funk, or kind of just feeling off, or there's something else that's just occurred and it's like, oh my God, why has this happened again? And you go through the kind of the reactional emotions and thoughts. I want you to then pause before you respond or then do the next thing, if you can, and take yourself up into the crown chakra, ask to connect with your higher self. Then just kind of take a few moments, maybe close your eyes and think, right, okay, what is this situation showing me? And then allow that space, allow your higher self to step forward and give you some kind of message. Ask them, higher self, can you give me your perspective on this? Or maybe what is my next step to resolve this, or not even resolve it, but move through it, move past it, or see it in a different way. Just take that moment to connect with the crown, connect with your soul star, connect with the third eye, connect with your higher self, and take this different perspective. That is your growth and up level, because it's not something you would normally do, but you're going to get a different message. You're going to be able to then influence your response, which is going to bring you a different result. And that is growth and up level. So let me know if that card resonates. And of course, if you want to go deeper with your own 3-month empowerment tarot, business tarot, money tarot, then please reach out. We'll be looking at your next 3 months, and it will include Akashic Record healing, which is really potent and powerful. It's an amazing session, and I love delivering them. Okay, so have a great week. Let me know how these cards resonate, and I'll see you in another day, 7 days. Love and blessings. Bye.